exciting is it to get these guys back out here?
Yeah, I mean, they need a routine. It's, the summer stuff, while it's good from a skills perspective, once you get in that practice routine and you're doing it every day, that's where we're going to see some strides. And they know once practice starts, that means the games are closer to happening. So they're probably tired of us already and ready to get on the game floor. But we're excited to be here.
Archie and Paul Brenner.
100%. Yeah, both doing great. The recovery's gone probably as well as we could have expected. And they were able to get back doing some things this summer probably quicker than we anticipated when they first had the injury. So, they're full steam ahead.
Do you want them to look at expectations or not?
I mean, what if I tell them no? Does that mean they're not going to look at them? So, it is what it is. You don't pay a lot of attention to it when you're picked ninth like we were last year. You go to work every day, you try to get better every day, and it's important that we approach it the same this year. Just one day at a time. Let's get a little bit better today, and try to stack a bunch of days on top of each other. And if we do that, then we're going to have a chance to hopefully live up to some of those.
Not aside from the expectation, I think or have an idea of where you want the team to be come February, March. I guess what are the things you're trying to hone in on before that?
Well, we've got some new pieces, so we've got to get those new pieces accustomed to playing the way that we're going to play. And we want to get back to playing a little bit faster. Last year, because of the injuries, we were really forced to kind of slow things down and control things a little bit more because we didn't have any depth. But I think we can get back to playing the way that we played before, which is a little bit quicker, a little bit more free-flowing. And we just got to get the guys back in those habits.
Deepest team maybe you've had?
No question, yeah. I'm really excited about that. Knock on wood. I mean, we want to stay healthy, but not only is it deep, you have some veteran depth. A guy like Sharif and Farabello that have both played a lot of college basketball. That could be huge guys off the bench if that's the way it ends up shaking out.
Is it kind of interesting how this works out when camp opens up on the same day as Creighton's birthday? Not that you guys have anything special planned, but just kind of.
Yeah, we're really excited to have him, and I'm glad he's spending this birthday with us. He's been a great addition, and obviously he's got some things to learn in terms of how we're going to play and where he kind of fits into that whole thing. But he shares the basketball. He's a very unselfish, very cerebral player. So we're glad he's on our side.
Can he take that leadership role that Hawk took last year?
We'll see. Last year with Hawk, all these guys were freshmen, and now they're sophomores, and they've been here. So, I think he's got to kind of feel his way. But, I think there's some pretty good leadership by committee with this group, and, we'll see over the course of the next 42 days who really establishes themselves as the people that are going to lead on a daily basis.
What's that next step you kind of want to see the sophomores take, especially after what they've done?
I think it's consistency. I think that's what you hope for. You see their bodies. Art's really transformed his body. Trey's put on 15 pounds of muscle, looks much better. And I said all during last season, they're all better shooters than what the numbers would have indicated last year, and now they need to put that all together. But these guys have never been afraid of work, and that's the exciting thing. They're in this gym all the time, and as long as you'll work, I think you can handle some of the lofty expectations.
Given all the depth you have, how do you try and keep some of these guys happy where maybe if they were at other programs they could start?
Yeah, I think guys will understand, early, hopefully, that a lot of those guys as young players played a ton of minutes, and they played a ton of minutes because we had injuries and we really didn't have any depth at that point in the season. So I think they'll all understand that nobody's probably going to play the amount of minutes that they did last year, but that's also, I think they're going to have an opportunity to be more efficient in the minutes they are going to play, because they don't have to take possessions off just to get a breather because they were out there so much. But I'm confident that we've got a pretty unselfish group that understands that we've got to put the program ahead of some individual stuff, and I think if your program's successful, all that individual stuff has a way of working itself out.
What's the strategy behind the non-conference schedule? You got a lot of great interesting games. It's going to challenge the team, of course.
coach isn't very intelligent is the strategy behind it. You know, I've said it before. I always have believed you schedule to the level of ability of your team. Last year, obviously, we had a young team. Our schedule wasn't near as difficult in the non-conference because I think you need to, part of the growing process is to have some success. This team's a little bit more veteran. They've been through some challenges. They went through a lot of adversity last year. And I think for us to be prepared for the Big East, we have to really challenge ourselves in November and December, and we've done that. And then, you know, you add to it the NCAA Volleyball Championships that we're hosting. That knocks us out of our building for a week or so. So that's why we ended up with those 2 neutral site games in Vegas.